Hello folks, how's it going? Happy Homebrew Wednesday one and all, as I reach over here for a cider. Yeah. That's a WLP 775 yeast strain. You've seen the video, you know I like it. Right, so allow me to just have a look on my little screen over here folks, and I'll tell you what's going on at the moment. In a video I did a week or so ago, depending on the timeline, I can't remember exactly, but it's the Cooper's European Lager. That's in the kitchen at the moment at room temperature. That'll be out there for about 2 weeks carbonating at room temperature. Now bulk primed that with about 180 grams of sugar in secondary, and then I bottled it. That's sitting out there. That will stay there for, as I say, 2 weeks. Now what I did with that one is I used a tin of Cooper's European Lager. Forgive me as I'm looking up the side here and reading what's gone into it, as I can't remember. 500 grams of light dry malt extract, so a kilo of light malt extract. A packet of Cooper's Brew Enhancer 1. 25 grams of Sars pellets steeped in 500 grams of boiled water for 15 minutes, 15 grams of Cephalagi yeast, and the yeast that came with the kit as well, and I brewed that up to 23 litres. Now, because I want to get this as close to a lager as possible, what I had to do was I pitched it at 24 degrees, and I brought the temperature down gradually over the course of 24 hours. So after 3 hours I brought it down to 21, and then another 3 hours and I brought it down to 18, and another 3 hours and it came down to 15, and then another 3 hours I brought it down to 12. And I left it at 12 for about 2 weeks. And then what I did then is I put it into secondary over the top of some 180 grams of sugar that I dissolved in some water, and then we bottled, and those bottles are sitting in the fridge and they'll be there for 2 weeks, and then they're going to go back into the fridge to be lagered. I've since found that my old style sort of beer type, pub type beer fridge can only go down to about 4 or 5 degrees before it keeps switching itself off, and it's a bit of a pain in the bum, but it's okay. You know, I only want to get as close to a lager as I can, and all it means is that I don't have to leave it at really low temperatures for a longer period of time. I reckon about 4 weeks in that beer fridge, around about 5 degrees, should be okay enough to lager it and let it settle, and then I'll put it in the shed, and then I'll drink it. So that's coming up. I'm really looking forward to that one. What else is going on, folks? Well, the Wilco's pear cider kit is on the go in the fridge at the moment, while that lager is sitting in the kitchen for a week. During the course of that week, this Wilco pear cider is on in the beer fridge, 21 degrees. That's got the Wilco pear cider kit in it. Hasn't actually got any pears in it though. Now what is in there is obviously some sort of flake. They won't put flakes in a bloody cider. Roy, what you on about? Fake pear flavour. And it is really peary. I mean, it's like, you know the pear drops you used to get, those little sweets. I'm sure you know what I mean. Really peary, really fake. I'm not sure I like the smell. So what I did was I exchanged the water for apple juice. So the kit's gone in there, as you would normally do with the kit. You chuck the kit in. I didn't add any additional sugar this time round because I exchanged the water with apple juice. I put in 23 litres of apple juice in there, and just the sugar in the apple juice has brought the starting gravity up to 1060. Yes folks, now if I just look on my screen here, 106, oh tell a lie, 1064 which is even higher. Now, if this ferments all the way out to 1.000, I'm going to get an 8.4% cider, which is going to be quite strong, isn't it? But that's all right. We don't mind it. We don't mind that. So, in my own head, though, I'm not expecting too much from this one. Even though I'm using the WLP 775 yeast, which, as you know, I really like. I expect that to round off some of the flavours, and hoping that during time that pear smell will deteriorate a bit. And the WLP 775 gives off a slight sulphur smell for the first few days, and at the moment the pear smell, the fake pear smell, and the sulphur from the yeast is making the conservatory a little bit smelly, folks. But I'm sure it'll be okay after a couple of days. So what's coming up then, folks? Rather than me just sitting here talking to you, banging on about a load of old cobblers, telling you what's coming up, there's going to be a couple of reviews going up over this week and next week. And they are ale reviews. And the reason I've done those is because you blokes out there in Brewland have been saying to me that I ought to try and do some ales, because I have done, I've had put hops in ciders and things, and I got on okay with that. So the next few videos are going to be me doing some ale reviews, folks. Yes, yes. And I'm not an ale drinker. I'm a cider drinker, folks. I likes me cider and me lager. Oh, I don't speak like that, do they, when they drink lager? They only speak like that when they drink cider. Yeah, so I've already done, how many have I done? I've done 4. Those have been done over the course of the last week or so. I think I might have 1 or 2 left to do, so I'm going to be doing those over the course of the next few days. But I'm going to, obviously I'm going to stagger them and put them up over the next few days or so. I don't want to overdo it, blasting you with me banging on about stuff. 1 video every few days is more than enough, I think. Yeah, the 12 ciders of Christmas videos, I found that quite difficult to do, because trying to find something different to say about a relatively plain drink can be quite difficult. But yeah, I enjoyed doing the 12 ciders of Christmas videos, but I probably would not do as many in one go again unless it was Christmas. So yeah, maybe next time Christmas comes around this year, at the end of the year, I'll do it again then. But I'm not going to bombard you with 12 videos, 1 a day for a week. Certainly not going to do that. Now, what we've got to do is take a breath, have a sip. Oh, hana, hey. You have to try that yeast, folks. It's great. You wouldn't know from me making those noises, would you? But it's a good yeast, folks. It's a good yeast. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Now, as you know, or you may not know, I've got a bit of a problem at the moment in that I'm trying to find work. So I haven't really got a lot of money to spend on lager kits and ciders and yeasts and things. Now, especially the WLP 775 yeast, which is about £6 before postage and packaging. If you're lucky enough to live near a homebrew shop, it's unlikely that they sell that type of yeast, because it's quite a specialist yeast, folks. There are some homebrew shops online that sell them. I can think of probably about 3 that have them, and the price ranges between £5.99 to £6.40 something, but you have to pay postage and packaging. And the postage and packaging is depending on what shop you get. You pay more than you do in the other ones. And, you know, you end up paying the same price ultimately anyway, no matter where you buy it from. So you end up paying about up to 9 or 10 quid just for a yeast. So I'm not going to be buying any more of that, certainly, until my next bulk buy of something, which probably won't be for a while, because I've got about a year's worth of lager kits and ingredients in the conservatory, which should keep me busy for the next 10 months or so. Hopefully by the end of those 10 months I'll be in employment and it won't be a problem anymore. And we'll do some little batches of ciders along the way too, between now and the end of the year. So I'm not going away anywhere, folks. I'm going to do some more reviews of drinks that I've made. Some of them will be positive, I'm sure. Some of them not so positive. Now, I'm hoping that you watched the Suma review I did a week or two ago. That was a quite surprising one, because when I first tasted it, I had that turbo cider sharpness that I've spoken to you about before. When you make turbo ciders, sometimes you get this sharpness. And that one went away on that particular brew. I would do that one again, and I've got some Suma left. So what I'm going to do is a video on that, because the Suma's come out quite nice. In fact, I visited some friends this weekend and I took a couple of bottles of the WLP cider and a couple of bottles of the Suma, and they preferred the Suma over the WLP. And the reason they gave for that particular decision was that they felt the Suma was more smooth and the WLP was just a little bit strong tasting. And that's fair enough, isn't it? Everyone's got their own taste palette. So you guys might want to give the Suma a go. If you look on the forums, the internet forums, you'll find the recipe for the Suma. I think I've posted it up as well. But I'm going to do a video on it, and we'll stick that one up over the course of the next few weeks or so, the next time I do one. So that'll be coming up. And also I'll record the next few lagers that I do. The next lager attempt is going to be one made using the Tettnang cider. Tettnang cider, and he said cider again. I've got cider on the brain. Hey. Tettnang lager that I bought from brewuk.co.uk shop, very good online shop. There are also other good online shops out there for home brews, but they've been particularly decent, really good delivery times and things. So, you know, you pay postage and packaging, as I've said, but if you buy in bulk, sometimes it's worth you doing that. If you get your things like your brewing sugar and your yeast nutrient, I've run out of yeast nutrient, so I'm going to have to try and get some of that. I might have to pop to Wilco's or something. Yeah, so, you know, at some point you're going to need, I'm going to need some light malt extracts, or I'm going to need some brewing sugar and some pectolase or wine tannin. Save it all up in bulk, buy it online. It's worth paying a little bit extra in the postage to get all those things in one go, because if I drive to my local homebrew shop, which is basically just a chemist, a glorified chemist, and one half of the chemist is for chemisty things and the other half of the chemist is homebrew stuff, and it's not that well priced homebrew stuff. And I'm talking about Cooper's lager kits costing about £13 online. You can get them much cheaper, of course. And it's in between here and Romford, and I live in Upminster in Essex. And it's, you know, it will cost me a couple of quid in the car to get there and back. You could argue I might as well pay postage then, because the postage is only going to be £3 something. So it swings and roundabouts, guys, isn't it, really? You pay your money, you take your choice. If you're lucky enough to live right next to or near a homebrew shop, that must be great for you. I'm very jealous. Or, you know, within sort of travelling distance. I know the guys on BrewTube come all together, and they take a journey down, and they buy all their stuff in one go. I'll be up for that, chaps. Yeah, next time you go down there, give me a shout. I'll come down there with you. It'd be good. So yeah, if you live near a homebrew shop, good on you. If you don't, you have to sometimes just save your money up and buy in bulk, folks. There are still many things I want to do with lager kits. I want to try some of the Cooper's premium lagers. They look pretty good with, you know, proper Cooper's light malt extract. I want to do that. Yeah, loads of little things, you know. But at the moment, I have to go with what I've got. because I've bought everything in bulk in the sales just before Christmas from Wilko's, and Tesco online had a little sale, didn't they, just before Christmas, where the beer kits were just under a tenner, I think, and they were certainly worth getting. So yeah, I've got maybe 5 or 6 lager kits left, and I've also got a Wilko's berry cider. That's out there ready to go. I'm going to do that at some point soon, and I'll record it for you chaps. So things going on, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Lots of little things. A couple of big batch lagers and maybe 1 or 2 ciders, and some demi-johns worth of turbo ciders coming up, and some reviews. The ale reviews will start very soon, guys. In fact, I might put one up Homebrew Wednesday this week with this, maybe Homebrew Thursday. See how we go, and the next one will be on Sunday, and you know, so on and so forth. Only 2 videos a week, guys. I don't like to overdo it. You'll get bored of me banging on at you, and I get bored banging on because I get sick of the sound of my own voice. So yeah, it's all good, blokes. All good. Yeah, good stuff going on. So, happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. I've not really got much else to say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you, but I can't really think of anything at the moment. What I'll do is, yeah, we'll start with the ale reviews, and there might be 1 or 2 cider reviews, supermarket ciders, that I'll chuck in there as well over the course of the next few weeks, because I do like to try the supermarket ciders occasionally, if they're cheap. Yeah, cheap is good, folks. Uncle Jono, well behind you on that one, mate. Cheap is good. Just because something's cheap doesn't mean it's crap, particularly when it comes to lager kits and cider kits and supermarket ciders and stuff like that. So, look forward to seeing you next time, guys. I've banged on more than enough now. I'm going to go away and do something. Don't know what. Yeah, make myself a cup of tea, probably. So I'll see you next time. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. God bless you. See you later.